What is up, everybody? How's everybody doing today, man? You already know how it go. It is your boy B back with another video. If you guys haven't already, man, make sure you guys like, comment, and of course subscribe. Oh my goodness! Shout out to all of the supporters, everybody that has been supporting me throughout the weeks. If only you guys knew how much it really meant to me. It means the world. Um, I've been grinding. I have been grinding. I've been working my behind off, and today I'm going to show you guys what a day in the life of phone flipping for me looks like. And this is honestly a slow month. And the reason I want to show you is for all of the phone flippers out there that are currently, how can I put this, grinding and trying to get to a certain point, and they may be experiencing burnout, or maybe just wondering, how can I really make money, right? How can I really make money? Now, we're not talking about how can you make if $2,000, $3,000, or how can I just make 700? We're not talking about that, right? Because all of that stuff is self-explanatory, and I have a class every single Tuesday at 7 p.m. that you can come and join for $5. And that class is going to help you learn how to phone flip. It's going to help you learn the basics. And I want to show you guys what the outcome of me doing this for over a decade is, right? I've been doing this for so long that it has become a little bit easy, but I have my hiccups. I just recently had a bad phone deal that I did, which I'll explain in another video. But nevertheless, let's hop into this. I want to first hop into the fact that you guys can indeed be able to go and join the class. So hustlertaughtme.com, right? And then all you do is you go to education, and then there should be a tab that says $5 weekly classes. And what you want to do is you want to go to the Flip Phones Flip Profit weekly class, excuse me. And this is going to be a class that's only $5. You get the replay. That's why you pay, because you're going to get a replay. So every week I go over different things. I also have a Q&A session, okay? So make sure you guys tune in. Make sure you guys join and register. Now, let's start talking about this money, right? So every single day when I phone flip, I like to create a spreadsheet or have somebody do it for me, to where I have basic necessities that I may need, just so I can keep track of my business, right? I believe in inspecting what I expect, and I expect to know exactly how many phones I'm buying, and especially since I'm not the only one buying them. And I want to first break down my sources. So number one, I have stores that I buy phones with, right? So a customer comes in, and customer says, hey, I got this phone, how much? Right? Sort of kind of like a pawn shop effect, but it's more crisp and clean because we already know what the device is worth, because we have the phone flipping buyer's price list. If you guys don't know what that is, that's right here. It is 50 buyers on one price list. Again, 50 buyers on one price list, not 50 price lists. That would be astronomically insane for me to keep up with. So we combined 50 buyers and put their prices on one price list for you to be able to know market value and also offer them the devices that you want to flip. Okay. Now we utilize that price list, and we were able to actually buy phones lower than what they're worth. Now, you have to understand, when, yes, somebody comes into a store, I have a little bit more leverage, right? It's them coming into a store asking for an expert to give their offer. Now, here's the difference: is a phone store has a competitor, and the competitor that I have when buying phones is a pawn shop, right? Pawn shops are usually what people would go back and forth between my company and the pawn shop to basically see who offers the best. I don't care about that. And this is what I urge you guys to do. Stop caring about what others are offering for phones or who's the best buyer. I want you to know that you have to keep your profit in the best interest of yourself, right? Like, so prime example, I have a pawn shop down my Frankfurt location, right? Pawn shop is right on the corner, and I'm in the middle of the block. And a customer will come and they'll say, hey, how much for this iPhone 11, let's say, right? And I say, okay, for the iPhone 11, I can do, what was it, 210, right? Then they go over to the pawn shop. Pawn shop says I can do 260, right? This is a real example. Okay, cool. Person comes back and says, hey, they said they could do 260. So they're trying to basically use that pawn shop against me and use me against the pawn shop, right? Which makes sense. And you have every right to do it, to be honest, because again, we're all in this for bread. We're all trying to make money. And leverage is key, right? So what we do is say, okay, take it. You know what I mean? We can't offer anything other than what we offered you. Okay. Now that creates that fear of loss because again, what I will tell them too is once you walk out that door, the offer does not stand, right? We could have a fluctuation in prices where we have to decrease the amount. So then they'll go and they'll say, okay, all right, well, I'm gonna go to the pawn shop. And they go to the pawn shop. Pawn shop asks for ID and then checks the phone. Phone now has let's say a little scratch on the screen or on the back. And now they're like, oh, I could only do 200. Then the person comes back and we're like, nah, we only could do 190 now. Right. So that's sort of kind of how our method is because it happens a lot, especially in Kensington. So if you don't know what Kensington is, Google Philadelphia, Kensington. Okay, that's where a bunch of homeless people that are on drugs are, and usually they find phones. And be honest with you, they find phones on trains, they steal phones, wink, wink. They do a bunch of different things, and sometimes they don't even have IDs, so they can't provide the phones to the pawn shop. So they come to us. Now, this is in a day, and it was a good day, but January, keep in mind, is a very slow month for phone flipping. All right. The reason is because everybody just got done spending all their money during the holidays and they're just getting new phones. Why would they want to just get rid of these phones they just brought? And most likely they traded in the phones or sold the phones that they needed to sell to get the money for the gifts they wanted to give to people, right? So it's usually slow, okay? Even for phone stores in totality, January is slow, okay? I learned that the hard way when I first started. Now, well, what I would say is so phone stores are one of my methods. Another method is outsourcing. So outsourcing is how I try to teach you guys how to scale. Okay. Now outsourcing is slow and steady. It's not something that you can just say, oh, okay, I got that sale immediately because you have to be able to verify, make sure that the devices are exactly what they're deemed to be because they're in another state. So this is what I do. Okay. So I have a few people in different states, including Georgia, Nebraska, Minnesota, Florida, California, Seattle, where else? Virginia, Delaware, New Jersey, New York, Texas, and a few other spots where I have people that buy phones and literally sell to me. I even have people that buy phones on the price list and sell. But here's the thing. We don't count them on a price list until we actually know that the device is exactly what they say it is, because that would basically be us counting money that technically we haven't made already, right? So on this outsource part, you see the phones that we got from people out of state. All right. Now that's where you can thrive. If you don't have a phone store, right? Maybe you're not getting all of these extra phones without doing the work. Now, mind you, I did no work for any of these phones. Okay. But I will say that I did kick out money. All right. So I didn't do necessarily any work for them, but I did put the money up. Now, when it comes to outsourcing, which is how you scale a phone flipping business, which a lot of people don't know because they're so busy trying to watch influencers that aren't making money phone flipping, lie saying they're doing Facebook ads and lie saying, oh, I can help you start a phone flipping business. No, we want to start a reselling business or we want to start a buyback business. Those are what phone flipping businesses evolve to. So what I want you to think about it as, and this is a silly example, but let's think about Pokemon, right? So as a Pokemon, when I used to be a kid and I used to watch Pokemon, Pokemon used to evolve, right? Pokemon used to be, you have a Squirtle and then you have something else, or a Pikachu, and then you have the Pikachu grow into a stronger Pokemon. Right? It's the same thing with your business, right? That's how I look at business. And when it comes to phone flipping, yes, you start out as a small entity, but you want to grow into something bigger so that you can be hands off and work on the next thing, right? So that's how I teach people. That's why I have $5 phone flipping classes every Tuesday at 7 p.m. That's why I have phone flipping classes and academies. That's why I also will be launching my community as well again, where I make sure that I'm teaching you every single week too. I fell back from the community because I've had a bunch of things I needed to do with my store and setting different hierarchies up. But I will be back, and I think I'm gonna set that up this week. So just stand by for that community. If you guys want to join, the community is going to be $50 every single month. All right. But anyway, so guys, what happens is you're going to be an expert at phone flipping yourself first, right? First, you got to be able to get at least 3 sales a week, right? I want you to be able to buy phones and sell phones in a positive way without making problems for yourself or without creating any losses, right? Once you can do that consistently and have like a structure, like, okay, I find my phones on offer up, I make 10 offers every day. I then capitalize on the people that want to sell me the phones. I meet them at this location or that location. Then I buy the phones with this cash. Then I take the phones and I sell to this buyer. Once you have a structure, what you want to do is you want to start to talk to people and your family or your friends, and preferably in different states. Even if you're in Philly and you got a friend in Jersey, that will work too, right? Say, hey man, you want a job? I got a side job for you. Or put up a post, side job hiring phone flipper, or create a title, phone flipping liaison, or whatever, right? Whatever you want to call the position. But what it would be is a person that will be feet on ground, and you will utilize a Apple Pay method or a Cash App or a Zelle, where you will be literally having this person meet up with another person, whoever wants to buy the phone or sell the phone, excuse me. No, buy the phone. No, sell the phone. Whoever's selling the phone to your guy in, let's just say, New Jersey. I got a guy in New Jersey. I teach him everything I know about phone flipping, right? I teach him my system. I even have like a little written contract where I hold him accountable. Like if you steal the phone, you're liable to be sued and all of that. You could do that too. Ask Chat GPT to write that contract up for you. It'll work. But make it to where that person knows that they are, or I would say do somebody you trust, but make it something where it's a job, right? A 1099 job, an independent contractor job, where you say, okay, listen, I'll pay you a finder's fee, so 20% of whatever I'm getting paid, I'll pay you, and then once I get that money from the buyer, I'll send it to you via whatever method. But what it is they're gonna go and meet up with people that want to sell their phones. They're also going to be the ones that are looking on OfferUp and Facebook Marketplace for phones around them. Now, what the reason we do this is because you can't be everywhere all the time. And I think that's a big misconception. A lot of people think that Facebook ads helps you, right? Facebook ads does not help you. It doesn't help you make money. It doesn't help you become a better phone flipper. And I'm explaining to you why. If I do Facebook ads, right? And let's say my Facebook ads is, let's say, a radius of 30 miles in Philadelphia, right? That's great. But when I do that Facebook ads campaign, I might get maybe 100 leads, right? But I can't meet 100 people, not even in 1 week. So I'm not really maximizing on my profit. But if I have more people, the more people I have, the more they can actually meet, convert, and then we can flip and break bread. And that's what you're going to be doing. That's what this outsourcing part is, okay? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 devices that we outsourced, okay? And we have a total of 22 that we got in store, and this is all in one day, okay? So we have an iPhone yellow 128. Some of the grades are accurate, some aren't. In the carrier, sometimes we didn't put the carrier because we didn't know, or it was unlocked. So yeah. And IMEIs, I took them out, of course, for confidential purposes. So iPhone 14 yellow 128, we brought that for $290. We sold it for $510. iPhone 14 red, we brought it for $310. Sold that for $410. iPhone 11 black 210, sold it for $280. iPhone 11 black 226, sold it for $280. iPhone 13 Pro Max, we sold it for we brought it for 270, sold it for 400. iPhone 12 Pro Max brought it for 190, 240, 14 plus 330, 410, uh 14 Pro 256, 325. So okay, I was looking for this. This one we didn't make any money, and this happens. And I want to make this very, very clear. Okay, when it comes to phone flipping, there's not always going to be um a transaction that always profits you. Sometimes I would have to buy this iPhone 14 Plus with this iPhone 14 Pro because this person is looking to sell both at the same time. Sometimes I know for a fact that this person won't budge, but I want to buy this because I know that I'll be able to make a profit. So I just recycle my money and get my bread right back. And I know for a fact, at least I still made something with this deal right here. Now, I can't remember which phone it was, but one of these phones was paired with this, and the person was not willing to sell us the phone if we didn't buy that. And they had a certain price, and the price, the 325 was actually a legitimate price that we price matched because we do price match. So that's another thing you can do as a phone flipper is price match, which helps you actually convert and make more sales. Because if you tell somebody, hey, I guarantee I have the best price, right? You can guarantee you have the best price and you can literally get more sales that way. But it's all about understanding how to emphasize to people no matter what the price is that you're getting paid, I will be able to beat. Okay. So fast forwarding, right? So we spent a total in store $6,812 in a day, and we made $8,850 in revenue, right? So that's a okay amount. I think that when it comes to being a phone flipper, you have to realize that it's not to make you rich immediately. It's more so something where you're actually literally making money with for nothing, right? I'm only recycling my money. So we made 6,000. I mean, we spent 6,812. We then sat there and we made 8,005 zero. So we made $2,038. Okay, so we made that. And when it comes to outsourcing, it was a slow day outsourcing. So we only got one, two, three, four outsourcing. Got an iPhone 15 Black for 450, iPhone 13 Pro for 360, iPhone 15 Plus 320, iPhone 15 300. We sold the iPhone 15 for 550, iPhone 13 Pro Gold for 425, iPhone 15 Plus for 465, iPhone 15 for 430. So we made a total of 1,870, which that is not a lot of money. But in totality, guys, let's add it all up. Let's get into the nitty gritty. In one day, we spent a total of $8,242. We made $10,720. So we profited $2,478. If we do that every day, well, every week this month, we would come out on top with $9,912, which would be a okay profit if we did that every single year. And this is a slow month, so I'm just giving you guys a guesstimate of how much money I make literally phone flipping every single year. Okay, and this is just literally from profit and me flipping phones like this. Usually we have a little bit more traffic, but I wanted to show you guys just the expectation that I have for January will never ever be what I would expect for the whole entire year. But making six figures phone flipping, that's the way you do it. You do it by doing things like this, having a place where people can come and actually sell the phones, and also outsourcing. So if you guys want to really learn how to build a phone flipping empire, if you really want to learn how to make money phone flipping, I'm your guy. I'm telling you right now that anybody that is telling you that their academy will save your life and start you right on phone flipping is 100% false. It's not true. If I do have my academy, and it won't be just a phone flipping academy, my academies are reselling academies, which mean reselling phones, reselling products. I will have weekly classes. I will make sure that I am a mentor to you to put you in the right positions and give you the connections that I have as well, so you guys can flourish and make money work for you and not work for the money. All right, guys. So again, guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I appreciate you guys, and I love you guys like a fat kid love cake. Peace.